Right, hello everybody. If anyone's here very, very early, let me just fire up. What am I looking for here? Twitch channel, copy link, Gman, streaming announcements, whatever it is. Recaps. Right, at Gman Fresh. Your recap. Live now. Okay, step 2, pull up my phone, Twitch app, browse. I'm live, right? Yeah, I'm live. Stream manager. And chat. Okay, we're ready to go. I have to pack for a trip tonight, so that's why we're starting a bit on the early side. Let me just check OBS because no one's here in case I'm talking into the void. No, it looks all good. It looks very all good actually. No music this time because Hep might join. He's at work, but he might join. So we'll get on, and there's no predictions to make this time because there won't be a roll. Not tonight anyway. There is a game ongoing. And another game that hasn't been played and also isn't ongoing, so I suspect they'll have to admin it. But either way, probably no predictions. But we'll do a longer look at the teams, and we'll do a look at this. We'll look at the playoff ramifications because we're halfway there, and hopefully that'll take us some time. So let's go. We're starting at the bottom here. So this was the 3 fresh teams in Iron Thunder, and it looks like the Iron Thunder's had a nice confidence booster here, undefeated against 3 brand new teams. One is humans. Although it has to be said, his humans had about 1 skill, so it wasn't that big of a diff. And on top of the fresh coaches, we have Juxu 111, EdH 111, and everyone at least got a point. Nagarathi Outcast at least pulled off a draw. So welcome to the league, everybody. I'm glad no one got absolutely butchered. It's a good start. They got that draw against the Undead All-Stars. A load of 1-2s, no big blowout scores. Considering there's some fast teams here, it could have been some big blowouts, but not quite. We'll take a look at the teams, shall we? Start from the bottom and go up. Nagarathi Outcasts. Oh, it's a dead lineup. That's a shame. Oh no, it's a passing bust. It's a perfectly healthy lineup. My apologies. 2 MNGs. The sad part is that everyone is still level 1. And that is a shame. Looks like a lot of shared MVPs. I'm seeing one here. Seeing one here, and this must mean that somebody's died with an MVP. I suspect there's been a killed blitzer. So I'm very, very sad to hear that, Meridian. However, we do have a Witch Elf, and we're staying in the bottom sets, so hopefully we'll be able to spin it up the next few games. Fingers crossed for you. The Undead All-Stars, there's a lot of All-Star Undead teams kicking around. This one's starting to get going. White sat on 8. Now this is exciting. This could be defensive. It could be diving tackle. Might be saving for a stat up. I'm excited to see what they're going to pick. We've also got a ghoul who's made it to Rog and has some spare. So they're probably one off of strip ball, I'm suspecting. Homies are ticking along. We've soaked an MVP. Second ghoul is on the go. And only 1 line fodder MVP. So I'd say this is a very strong start for EdH. I'll be happy with this. I'm excited to see what this white takes. I'm hoping it's a spicy, maybe it's an accurate, it could be something really interesting. I hope it's not just guard. Right, hey Hep. Hello. Oh, we've just to say something else real quick. I'm going to check the audio levels for you. Yeah, only just. I've only just started. So hang on, my Discord's not picking you up. Let me try and find it. I don't think it's got you now. It's got you now. It's got you now. There we go. No, you're perfectly fine. You're a bit muffled, but probably for the best.
Yeah, it will get better in like less than half an hour.
Right. So are you here? Are you here for the duration, or are you here for like a little bit?
I'm here for like 14 minutes.
All right. So what we'll do is we'll go
I
to
will
your
drive
div.
home.
Yeah. Fair.
And then I
Right.
will join you back again with a good mic.
Oh, fingers crossed. We're still going. Right. We'll go to your div then. The elf Thunderdome. Poor old Imperator Vex. They did actually get a win. And you are the Dark Elf King. So congrats.
Really?
Yeah, you topped the div 201. No one else got better than that, so congrats.
It was such a weird sort of, I wouldn't say a weird div.
Yeah.
Because, well, kind of was a weird div. I'm not gonna lie. But the wins that I got was really awkward.
How so?
It felt like, because I fumbled.
Oh.
And I did a kind of potato place and kind of worked out.
Okay. That makes sense. Well, your
In that
Dark Elves, you know, potatoes are good. You get Witch Elves, right? They've got dodge. They're pretty fast.
Yeah.
I do have potatoes.
The funny part is I didn't play with Witch Elf until my last game, and then I lost one.
Ah. Damn. Unlucky.
So, you know.
Right. I'm going to click on the team. Oh, we got a guard guy. Is this new?
Yeah.
Oh. Congrats. Blodge
is.
guard. Oh, that's obnoxious. I remember because last time we looked at this team, it was just a load of block.
Yep, it was.
We've moved on a little bit.
Blodge, I believe.
Yep, made it.
2 Blodge. But the Mighty Blow, I think, is new, and the guard is new.
Yeah, it's an MNG Mighty Blow. But otherwise, I think you're fine. I don't see any injuries here on the team, so made it past the mummies unscathed.
It did.
Congrats to these guys.
It did.
Congrats.
I mean, sidestep is I've asked around a little bit how I should develop this team, and it's definitely going to be Blodge, guard, sidestep.
God, you're really lighting the world on fire with that one. Not even a cheeky diving tackle or defensive?
No. This is gonna be the most boring Dark Elf team that people have seen, because it clearly works.
Okay, well, I like that. If you're going to be boring, at least try and be the most boring. And I will say this is getting up there.
Yeah. However, I'm gonna let everybody know.
Okay.
Dump off doesn't let you to cancel dump off if you've chosen to do it.
Oh,
even though there's zero capabilities for you to pass to someone. That's how I lost my last game.
So you thought you had to activate dump off, and then you couldn't pass.
Yeah, well, I activated dump off in thought of I was able to pass to somebody, right? Because I didn't actually calculate who I could pass to.
Yeah.
Because I'm lazy. We are playing a PC game. I thought it would show me.
Yeah.
You know? No, it does not. So it just lets you fucking shuck out the ball on the floor if you wanted to, and you can't cancel that action.
Oh, right. That explains it. So you could be. That's a PSA for the league, because there's a lot of Dark Elves out there. Count your squares before you click the dump off button, otherwise you might just dump off the drive. Good public service
that's
warning.
How I lost. That's how I lost my ball control.
Nice.
Last match. But other than that, I've been actually literally smashing people.
Congrats.
Sorry to say.
Are you considering cutting a reroll at any point? I feel like you don't need more. Do you need 3 rerolls with this much defensive skills? Yes. All right. Never mind. Forget I asked the question.
So I actually prefer to play with 4.
Right. I see. I guess because of this format where you can do more than one a turn. Yeah, you can have one all in turn where everything works. I see it.
Well, I played with 4 in BB2.
Right.
So let's just say my re-rolling spending habits hasn't become better.
I know. Well, Blood Bowl 3 reinforces the bad habits, you know, because it gives you as many as you want on a turn. But that makes sense, right? Because it's the most boring team, but the spiciest coach in the sense that you're willing to throw 4 rerolls at a turn and see what sticks. So that's good to know. In case I end up playing you in the next set of 3 games. Good mindset.
We will see.
We will. It's not just you in the div though. We've got we'll go to the who did you have the most difficulty playing against?
Definitely against the undeads.
Undead. So we'll go to the undead next, and Mummy's got to a level up. That's exciting. Congrats to John Cleves. So far, so undead. Sure-Hands Blodge on Michael Palin. And Basilisk Faulty is tanked an MVP somehow.
Yep.
But otherwise, so boring undead. I suppose this is the thing. It's kind of 6 games into the season. I think these guys have had 6 games. Yeah, these guys have had 6 games, so there's not going to be too much to write home about. But the main thing is nobody's died.
Had a lovely chat when we played.
Oh, that's good.
He basically lost.
You know what? I think I spotted you two in having a voice chat. I was just on
possibly.
Discord and I was like, oh, those are the boys having a little chat about the Blood Bowl game they're playing, which is wholesome.
Yeah, we did have a little chat.
Incoming!
And we come to the conclusion that dumb buff is a very dumb skill.
Harringzord, thank you for the raid. Everyone who's just come in from the premiere recap. This is the fresh recap. A lot, it's just the working man's recap in the sense that Hev is literally at work right now while we're doing the recap.
I'm actually at work. Yeah, I am. That's how much we are blue collar workers over here.
Exactly.
We're not fancy office people.
Right. I got to sound a bit more Black Country in my accent if I'm going to keep that going. Next team, let's go back to the Dark Elves. So this was the Dark Elf Thunderdome. Hep, you've just missed Hep bragging about winning the Dark Elf Thunderdome. We'll go to Average Joe, who is more Dark Elves and more Blodge. He's out blodging you here.
Yeah, he is. I think I don't want to say struggled, but I think he have had both him and the second Dark Elf.
Oh, doesn't even get a name. Poor old Kozo, the Midnight Runners. Yeah, anyway, carry on.
I think they both had a pretty rough start to the season, not only in this div, but the div before, and hence why they've kind of like this snowballing has gone a lot slower than for my team.
Yeah, so definitely Average went 1-1-1, and then Roxy's Midnight Runners, where they played Greenhorn. And then in the actual div, they've won 2, lost 1 before playing you, and there was a 4-1 win and a 2-1 win and a 3-2 win. So the Midnight Runners
just eat my words.
Maybe making you. Although actually, you know what it is when you played the Midnight Runners, I think a lot of the SPP in the team went onto the Blitzer that's Blodge Movement 8.
You're not probably wrong there.
So you might have you might have just counted the skills, and it is less skills. Salty Salt Creek, I can't see me. Rest in peace. Wait, what? Hang on. What does that even mean?
Yeah, it probably was a player name in one of the.
Oh, maybe. That's thrown me through a complete loop. Where were we? 2A. Was it 2A we were in? No, it wasn't even 2A we were in. Oh my god, he really stunned up me there. Congrats. Also, while everyone's here, we're gonna do. If you're watching this on the VOD, I'm gonna do a quick PSA before I forget. If you have new players, name them the Boldinator, and then if you kill a Boldinator, you get a special role in the Discord. We're doing a social experiment.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any yet.
Just clearly, every guy with the name Boltonator just dies a horrible death.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal. The reference is the Rastas are currently on Boldinator the 6th, and then I believe was it Gaustus or somebody who named a player Boldinator in honor of it, and then it instantly died the next game. All right, good Salty. Yeah. Salty's getting on it. Right, so the 3 Dark Elves. We've got the Blodge guy, we've got the Hep guy who's boring, and we've got Roxy who is interesting because we've got the Movement 8 Blitzer with Blodge. We have a Blodge Stepper, and we also have a Mighty Blow guy. And a Dirty Player. Oh, this is a spicy team. 10-5. So they played 10 games, 5-1-4. And they are in the ranking 102. So they're slipping back a little bit. But Kozo, I think all these guys are pretty... I think all you guys are pretty solid. You've got pretty solid teams. So I think you're going to stay in the top set. Because no one, everyone got at least 3 points, right? So I think you guys are all going to be in contention. I'm going to do a quick... Once we've gone through the divs, I'm going to look at the table because we won't have predictions to make. So that will wrap up 2B. I will now go to 2A, which is the other top set. And Midseason Viking Cops game was just finished, and I caught the back half of it, a couple turns, and it was 1-1 in about turn 12. But the problem is that the Old World Alliance simply ran out of players. And there's about 5 of them left, including the tree. And there was a tree and 2 dwarves and a couple of humans left. And the Norse had got the better of them. So Viking Cop takes that one, 2-1 to round it out. And if we look at the rankings...
Oh, this makes more sense now with Solcrick's comment, by the way. Because he thought we started with... He thought that we were logical people and started with A.
Ah. Oh, I see. Maybe I misspoke and said 2A when I meant 2B.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. No, we're starting with Hep because I wanted to get him sorted before get the insight before
I need to drive
home. Yeah. So congrats to Viking Cop. This was a very difficult div. So going 201 for the Norse is a very good result. The 2 corn teams propping up the bottom. I think it's to be expected with fresh corn. Although there is a corn game later. I don't know if you've seen the Gman chat recently, but there was a 10 casualty 32 SPP corn game. For Glordian, I think. Harry's on Vikings sort of dicing people again. I didn't see enough to call it a dicing, but I will say there's a lot of old world people on the sideline and not many Norse. I think, and Viking Cop was able to induce Grombrindal, the White Dwarf, who made the match-winning tackle on the star player for the Old World Alliance, just as I tuned back out to watch the Prem recap. So we'll start having a looking at these victorious Norse, top of the div, to close to the top of the table. And they have a lot of level 2 players, as you'd expect. So the randoms on Raider Lineman, not this one though, he took Brawler straight up, it looks like, and then randomed into a Dauntless and a Kick. God tier randoms for Viking Cop. Now this is where the dicing comes in. We have taken a Mighty Blow Berserker, a Block Ulf, congrats on the Ulf, and a Block Valkyrie. I didn't realise how little block they start with. Sorry, carry on.
No, but I mean, they start with very little block just because of the main reason that start with 2 ults. The ults are the ones that are harder to level up.
But the Valkyries don't even have block either. That's what's thrown me.
No, they don't.
I just assumed they did. He learns something new every day. But no, he's got all his positionals.
Yeah.
So this is peak Viking Cop. Like, watch out for this guy. He's got the boar. The boar's up to 6 SPP. Oh, let's get a stat check on this boar. No MVPs. Yo. No MVPs, 6 SPP. He's inflicted a casualty.
That's pretty... Yeah, that's...
Yards passing.
That's throwing some hands.
How has he gone to 6? If he's not got an MVP... Hang on. Yeah, he's got no MVPs. He's inflicted 1 casualty. There must be an MVP missing. The game's not logged. Because there's only...
Probably. Maybe an admin.
Oh, maybe.
One. I've heard Herring Sword talk something about that being like admin ones not being really shown correctly.
Wow. Some dark magic there for the beer board to get to 6.
Yeah, as we get, and possibly an admin result MVP from Herring Sword.
Yeah, I think that's probably the answer. Although it prompts a good question. What skills are you taking on your Oh, you can only take agility skills? That's pretty boring. Imagine you could get like, I don't know. You know, you get basically you probably have to get sneaky git, sadly. Oh, this is such a cool piece. Look at it. You can only take secondary skills. Like there's no primary SPP you can take. You have to take a secondary. To really dissuade you from leveling it.
It's a really odd piece, and I haven't really played enough with the new Norse to know really how to play with it.
I think you just stand it.
It has come in handy for him for a few times already.
Yeah, he's got a very good record.
Correct.
What could you give it? I think you should give it like the tryhard's choice is probably sneaky git.
Probably, most likely, yeah.
Sidestep DT would be kind of fun because it's got Titchy. You can just send him in there.
Yeah, or you get him sprint or sure feet eventually, right? So he will actually kind of move further along the pitch.
Oh, it'd be so cool if you got a legendary beer boar. Imagine making a legendary no hands piece. That'd be so. It would have to be like a 15 season old team. But it would be fun. Something for a 1 day, maybe something for like a 1 day contest. You have to start with like a level 5 or level 6 no hands guy. Let's look at Richie, who came off second best in that game. And this is Old World Alliance. And if anyone wondered how you develop Old World Alliance, this is probably how you do it. I'm going to assume this is how you do it. And we've got a Bloodstepper. Oh, the young Baron. Or the worst Baron, actually. Strength 2. We've got a human catcher to Bloodstep. And 3 guard. So not too bad, I'd say.
Yeah. Old World Alliance seems like such a weird team to play though, with that much like loner on it.
Yeah.
Like you gotta be really not afraid to roll those blocks when they count, huh?
Yeah, the animal. It's animosity. Oh yeah, no, it is loner. Oh my god, the dwarves are so bad on this team.
Yeah.
He's got one of them to guard.
There's a lot to play around, and you think that your normal Blood Bowl team has like a lot to play around? Try out World Alliance.
There's so much going on. He's managed to
It's
get a
a
troll
pain
slayer.
to deal with. True.
And he's made he's teching into dwarves. He's got more dwarves.
Yeah.
So the loner clearly isn't a problem for him.
However, I'm gonna have to be a little bit sad now and go off, and I will see you in time.
All right, safe travels, mate. Safe travels. Hopefully, I'll catch you later. Thanks for being on, keeping me company. All right, that was that. A little brief cameo, and we'll go back, and I'll be back to myself monologuing. So we got to leader, and we got to some guard. I think this is a very I think with Order of Alliance you have to play min maxi because you're just so bad as a tier, like you're like a tier 3.5 or a tier 3 team, so you can't get too spicy with it. Still have fun. If we check the stats, he's played 6 and he's 2-3-1. So I think it's just a case of Ritzy being a good coach and taking what the pitch gives him. And I suspect with Old World Alliance, sometimes it doesn't give you anything at all. And up to 14 players. I don't know. There might be some fun inducements. What can we get? Grim Ironjaw. Get Griff. Cindy. Mighty Zerg. I didn't get more. Might have to be an inducement sort of team when it gets to Prem. Let's move on to the 2 Khorne teams. We've got Vlad the Impaler and Salt Creek, who's in chat. Vlad the Impaler, the Horns of Hell. This Khorne Gore's getting going, though. There we go. He's got a dedicated killer. No claw yet. Thank goodness, in case he plays me. A couple guard on the Khorne Gores, and we've got 4 Bloodseekers. It's a very boring Khorne team, this one. There's no super fun big guy. We'll get to that later with Barry. Barry the Boldinator, I think is what his name's going to be. But we managed to get on to block Mighty Blow in the Spirit of Khorne. 2 guards enough for these boys. And we've got a 2-heads boy. 2-heads sure hands. The budget player, not going for movement 8. We love to see it. Congrats, Vlad. You're a normal person. Amazing. And just 1 MNG, and these guys all look pretty healthy. So a very good start for them. They're ticking along very nicely. Salt Creek, my boy. How has the week been for you? Fouled him to victory. Oh, I like that. Some fouls coming in. And to be fair, you kind of have to foul because there's not much here on the team to have fun with. No big guy. Oh. I think I'm going to say that every week for you. Still no big guy. We've got triple Khorne Gore and triple Bloodseeker. Has this guy played many games? How many games he's played? 1, yeah. So we've just ticked back up to 4 Bloodseekers. These guys coming in. Big guy died. Oh, that's so sad. How did he die? What was the cause of death? But we got enough block to keep things ticking. And a Mighty Blow. And when you got Mighty Blow, you got a Dream. And we've got some inducements as well, so we can probably get a bribe. And these guys can take Gobber Grimlich, everybody's favourite. And Borak as well. And Grashnak. I forgot this guy existed. What is his star player rule? They may roll an additional block. Nice spelling, Cyanide. Punched himself in the face and died. That is peak Khorne. He needed more blood, but he couldn't get it. Well, he did get it from his own demise. So congrats to him for that. Right, we'll go to 2C, which is my division. I'll try not to talk too much. But I managed to come out on top here. Beat my mentee in game 1. Then I lost to... Who did I lose to? I lost to Wonderful Cat. And then I was able to dice Dockmark to pieces. I rolled as many powers as I did skulls in that game. Yeah, Borak's a goodie. Horder took Borak as well. He's a very strong boy. My dirty player +2. Oh, beautiful piece. You know, you gotta take that when you can get it. We'll start from the bottom and go up. I've had a look at Hoarder's team because we had a very weird sort of. I was assigned Hoarder as a mentee about 2 hours or maybe 6 hours before I was scheduled to play him. I was like, look, we'll just play, and then I'll start coaching. And I showed him no mercy. I didn't want to get any accusations, and unfortunately, he's getting a bit worse for wear. Armor busted Pestigore, but he's the only block one, so I think it's kind of a keep until. And because the nice thing with this is you can always temp retire and take rerolls to patch him up again. But the sad thing is he's going to start soaking SPP, so we're praying for the 3+. I think it's a 4+ check. Praying for the 4+ check at the end of the season. And these two boys have got to block, but it's been a long, slow grind. These guys are 1, 1, and 4. I will say this team has the highest strength of schedule in the tier in all of Fresh. It's 1.95 after 6 games. So hopefully the only way is up. Running into myself, Wonderful Cat, and Docmark. If you're a newish coach, asking for a mentor is not a good lineup. But they did get one draw against Unearthed Arcana. And this is an undead team that I bashed around a bit. This is a movement busted the white, sadly. He's up to 3 guard. So congrats. And Aslan Rex is ticking along nicely. He's almost at block. How far away are we? 14, so we're a touchdown away from block on this mummy. And Vecna's starting to get there. But the main problem is the ghouls did nothing last game. I just rolled 6s and removed them the moment I touched them. So they're slowing down. Although it's not that big of a problem, because in theory they're the quickest pieces to level. Because they're the fastest ones, they're the easiest to score touchdowns on, and this one's already halfway there, Elizabeth Durst. But I can't see any Boldinators yet. As we move on to FFC Porto Balistrate. And these boys knocked me about. They played some solid Blood Bowl. So don't let the lack of skills fool you. There's a lot of good levels here. We've got the Rackler, where I think what's happened here is they randomed wrestle and they've teched it into tackle. So we've got a dedicated Rackle goat. And watch out for this guy. He might go very long legs leap. Then you've got a serious problem. Otherwise, the blockers are, as usual, slowly going. I only got to 3, and this might be a problem where you find that you have 3 of your strength 4 positionals all get blocked, and then the 4th one, he's like the first one to go. He's on the LOS when you run out of linemen. He's eating blitzes. He's sacking himself to mark the big guy. Because it's very hard to protect just a random strength 4 piece and trying to get the touchdown that he needs. And and he might end up sat there waiting for an MVP that never comes while everyone else develops around him, which is a bit of a shame. But good luck to Wonderful Cat. I hope they can get that pivotal touchdown or pivotal MVP, because once all of these get to block and there's no weak point for the opponent team to focus on, the team gets very strong. And speaking of no weak points, we've got the Bristol Bangers. And I have had an absolute god tier start. If I do say so myself, I've gotten some very lucky games, a lot of SPP, and to the point where all my bloaters have made it to block. We have block guard in a place. We even have a block mighty blow guy who's a couple cas away from either claw or tackle, depending on what the gods of Blood Bowl decide. Got Vegas by Doja Cat, banger song, good karaoke song. If you ever need a karaoke song, this is a classic. Especially if you're a white guy, goes down very well. Sure Hands is very boring, but I only have 2 rerolls, so I kind of need it. And we've managed to replace Going to Raleigh with Going to Raleigh 2, just so I can keep consistent in my head who's the season 1 songs, who's the season 2 songs. This is like the album 1, and then album 2 will be obviously the next season players. I guess it'll be an EP. Hopefully, if it's an album next year, it's a bad sign for the team. And most importantly, I killed somebody last game, and so we now have Boldinator the Decrepit. And if you do manage to kill this piece, you'll get a fancy Discord role. So target this one. I'll put him on the LOS for you. Not because of his name, but because he's a rotter. So happy hunting, everybody. But as an aside, I am probably going to go for a meme rot spawn build. I'm thinking stat up into either strength up or movement up, and then taking break tackle, and then taking diving tackle, That's going to be what I want to do. So hold me to that. That's what I'm planning on doing. Let's take a look a bit further down now. We've done DC. Let's move on to 2D. And RTSD and Tactical Nuke Penguin have not played their game. It is 20-10 on Wednesday night. So I assume this is an admin result, and this is why we're not going to get some previews to the next games. So if you wanted that in your recap, this is the reason why you don't get it this week. However, we can have a quick look at the rankings, and Barry and the lads, Lewis M, and the top team. These are the boys to beat, and we've got the guy Barry. Let's take a stat check on Barry. He's the biggest boy in the league. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a bit. And he's made it to block, so he's even more terrifying. And he's a proper scary guy. Block, claw, mighty blow, 1 MVP, won almost every game he's played, no touchdowns scored, 5 casualties inflicted, and 16 armor breaks taken. So yeah, 56 blocks in 6 games. That's about 9 a game. So he's actually not that scary. He's good for 1 or 2 armor breaks a game, but he's the talisman of the team. He's a lot of the SPP of the team as well. Team value. But we've got under 2 blockers, all 4 blockers to block, much like I've got all my 4 bloaters to block. We have an extra block guard beastman, and an extra block, and a strip ball boy. Thank goodness I've got sure hands in time for Gira Cax, the purple boot. Gonna come in and rush. I'm not a fan of the we've got Barry and then a bunch of random names, it feels like. Sort it out, boss man. Because you try harding enough with the team and the league position, you may as well have a bit of fun with it. If you're gonna have fun somewhere, have fun with the naming scheme. Maybe it's just Barry. It is just the lads, but these aren't very laddish names. Where's like Steve-O? And I don't know. We got Baz. What's a good lad's name? We got Rod. Where's the Rod? We got Azza. You get some good. Just look at ogre names from Total Warhammer 3. You'll get there. RTSD, the dwarfs. Boo, they're dwarfs. Boo, they haven't played. Hopefully they're all right. Well, I'm always a bit worried to criticize people for not playing because it could be a genuine family emergency. They have every reason not to play. But we made it a couple level ups here. These guys have been pretty slow going. 5 games played, 2 and 3. No defeats yet. But it's a pretty slow team because it's dwarves. It all goes onto this guy at the bottom, and it looks like we're rushing for a movement up dwarf runner, guys. So this is someone you want to be killing before he makes the game a lot less fun. Although we could still bail out and take dodge. So there's hope that it could still be a fun piece. But no, if you're dwarves, movement 8 runner, once you get to the Prem division against orcs and chaos teams with claw, the movement 8 runner becomes a saving grace. So hopefully you get to him. And other than Eondingar getting double niggling injury in 5 games, which is honestly impressive considering 2 of those games were MNG. I played RTSD in another week. He had a pretty open schedule. ... Cornite throwing shade in the Twitch chat. You'd love to see it. Well, that implies maybe it's the other coach's problem. Anyway, this guy's made it to grab, and on a random, I'm suspecting, and we've made it to mighty blow on a blitzer. So the dwarves are slowly getting there. The other player is Tactical Nuke Penguin, the rebellious teenage years. These guys are also missing 2 games, and I was about to say we got sidestep, but these guys start with it. And a block golem and a block werewolf. Z. Although I can't really talk. Oh, he's back. That was a quick one. Welcome back, Hat.
Thank you very much.
That was a nice quick trip back. So we're made it to 2D, and we're looking at the rebellious teenage years, which is Tactical Nuke Penguins team. They haven't played their game this week, and it's almost the end of the week. So shame about that.
I wonder, there were some games that were scheduled for late today.
The late show. Okay. Or maybe I can pivot into a cast of the last game if it isn't super late. Yeah, they've gotten most of the positionals. They're missing a werewolf, sadly. I don't know if maybe died.
Oh, this was a rel. I wondered then. Because there were a couple of like, I know that there were some that pinged Herringsord when Herringsord asked. That was like, oh, if you are playing late, let me know.
Mm. There were a couple of late games, to be fair.
Yeah.
And one thing I missed, by the way, there used to be a way where you could look at historical players. I feel like, maybe on
Historical
Rebel.net.
players?
Like, so for example, I want to see if this. I'm assuming this werewolf died. His
Yes.
second werewolf died, but I don't know for sure. And so I wish there was a way where I could like check like history.
Oh, I see.
Stats, SVP.
Good ask.
I'd have to go through Boris the Norscan Wolf. Is he the one on the roster? He is. Well, maybe it's just a one werewolf team. They're up to 70,000, so they're slowly getting back to that second werewolf. But until then, it's going to be an easy game for anyone going up against these guys. And
Core Knight is confirming it was on rebel.net, never on BB.
there we go. Thank you, Core Knight. And finally, unfortunate 3 weeks for Chudo. The Norse team are 0-0 and 3 on the week. Lewisham, I suspect, is a pretty hard opponent to beat. And then Rebel Runts is a dwarf team, and you're Norse, so they're just you, but they don't die, whereas you die. So a shame about that. How beat up are we? Oh, it's not too bad. There's nothing dangerously bad here. The Alpha is actually 5+, but we can live with that, and I think we can live with one movement 5 Dauntless player, because the Dauntless guy is going to be stood near the big guys anyway, so he's not going to need to go that far. So there's hope. Is anything I don't know if you've got it up, but is anything speaking out to you?
I'm trying to find it on Blood Bowl, but I'm also having your stream up, so I'm seeing both. I'm multitasking.
Yeah, I didn't realize the Valkyries start with strip ball. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize it did that.
It
That's
seems
fun.
like so.
This is a fun piece, man. Past Dauntless strip. There needs to be more pieces that start with strip ball, I feel like.
Yeah, I actually think so too. I think strip ball is an underused skill.
Yeah,
I think
it needs to be more of a starting skill, because by the time you level to get your strip ball, everyone's got a show hands piece. So,
yeah.
Another block off. I think this team is very close to Viking Cop's Norse team in terms of just like managed to get a block off. We've got all our positionals. We've got a Yeti, which is always fun. Love a good Yeti. And the beer
It's
balls
also funny to have a wrestle block.
Yeah,
I think that is a
wrestle block is a bit unfortunate.
It's a oh well.
You never could be useful. So we look at the last match. So Tudor's played 6 games, and 5 of them have been 1-0 losses, which is very unfortunate for them. They got a 1-1 draw against Lich at the start, which is one hell of a draw considering it looks like Lich. Oh, hang on. Lich has some serious players. It looks like. So yeah, I think they've had a bit of a rough. I think they might have been placed as a fresh team against teams that had done a couple of games at Greenhorn.
Could have been.
So it might have been an uphill battle the whole way through. So best of luck, Tudor. I hope. The nice thing about this being Swiss is that if you do get put through the ringer, in theory, your next 3 games will be a bit more chill, and it gives you time to like rebound mentally, which is nice. There's no conveyor belt of death, like if you got like in the old Div 3s and Div 4s where you get 2k Nurgle into 2k Chorps into 1800 Orcs, and then you get a week off against the Goblins.
Yeah, I was one of those guys that went with 1600 elves into Div 2-3 around there.
Yeah,
I just got fucking beaten up.
There's no stopping it. No stopping it. That's the nice thing about the new Swiss. Right, where are we? We did 2D. We're going to 2E, and this is the 6-man div, the 6-man party bus. How are these boys doing? We've got a lot of teams to get through, but they've all played their games. Congrats to Martin Krul on coming out, the only person to win 2. So congrats to them. The Pink Fluffy Unicorns come out on top. A lot of draws. There's a lot of draws here.
A lot of draws.
Lich
yeah.
went 0-3-0. Peak cricket. So let's have a start with Strange Fella, the Skaven. I mean, I want to see the token Skaven team. And we've randomed a Storm Vermin to Brawler. I haven't seen this one before. It's
No,
interesting
that seems
choice.
like a random.
Yeah, I in my head, you don't random these guys. So mad respect to Strange Fella for embracing I think it might be a full random team. You know, we've got a diving catch and a dauntless gut. Dauntless gut is a great first random because it tells you, oh, I have to build a Saka now. It's great direction.
Yep.
Achieve. I will admit I don't like Brawler. I don't like randoming Storm Vermin. I feel like I don't mind randoming the others, but these two are the engine room of the team. And without a good...
I wonder if this guy is the guy that I think of that have said in Discord that it was very, very much over this whole season.
I mean,
or something along those lines.
So this team has only played 3 games. So I suspect... That's interesting. So did they join in new? Or did they re-roll after 3? Which I don't think you can.
They might have re-rolled after 3.
Right.
Came in late.
That
is a big possibility.
Came in late, got stuck. Didn't get into the friendly div at the bottom that was 3 fresh teams and Iron Thunder. And they you know what it was, mate? Was it their most recent game? But they had to play Dwarves. Which is Skaven is never fun. Where's Kit McCat? I think their first game on the team might have been against Dwarves, and maybe it got a bit rough. Let's try and figure this out.
I also think,
yes,
and I'm gonna eat my words again if I say this wrong, but I believe they are fairly new player to Blood Bowl.
Oof. Well, welcome to the big time.
Yep.
And what I will say, Strange Fella, if you are watching this, is I wouldn't lose heart just yet because you're not put in the fresh div. There might be one of those now because it is a 6-week period, which is
and there's
the
also
official. That's the official re-roll time. Like if you absolutely hate your life on Blood Bowl and you need to start over, now you can come in fresh. So maybe you can pick up some momentum against the other rerolled coaches. But best of luck to you. I do like the randoming on these boys, and I guess if I was having a rough time, I would just want any sort of skill. But Brawler is a terrible situation. You've got Brawler block.
That's
the
just
Black Orc
unfortunate,
Classic.
Really.
2 skills basically counterfeiting each other. There is some niche cases where Brawler's still good, when you need a POW against a block piece. But, rough start. Maybe consider going inducement Skaven. Might be a fun time.
Okay,
Just bring out the bombers.
He tuned in at the perfect time, he says.
Strange fella.
I joined the league late, just having some fun.
Randoming rats. Fair. So unlucky with the random. Unlucky with the Storm Vermin random. Hang on, I've gone to the wrong div again. Woe is me. Well, best of luck going forward, man.
2E.
There we go. Right, let's go to Mr. Mojo Rising. They had a terrible start, these boys. They were really down in the dumps. Yeah, they went 0-3, and 2 of those losses are pretty big, but they have turned it around. They've drawn a couple games. They're yet to taste victory, but blood is victory for Khorne, so it's okay. And we got some fun. We're starting to get there. This is a decent team now.
I don't really know how most Khorne team have gone. Like, have they been successful with Khorne, or is Khorne like still a meme team?
I think it's a meme. I'm pretty sure it's a meme, but there's some cool ones. You know what? I made the mistake of thinking. That Lewisham was a Khorne player. He's a Chaos Chosen player. But I'll tell you what, there hasn't been that many blood spawns. I think this is the first blood spawn I've seen. Look at this guy.
I think I've seen another blood spawn, but it died. First or second game or something.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. No, there was 2 and one of them died. We've been over this literally 10-15 minutes ago. Where's my memory?
Okay.
Anyway, he's got a couple of Khaz for an MVP, but only 2 block on the team. I'd say it's getting there. I'm loving the team names. I'm hoping that honestly, I'm kind of hoping that this team gets absolutely shattered, and so Mojo Rising has to keep coming up with pickup lines, like like forever and ever and ever.
Would you hold it against me?
Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
This is a wombo combo.
It is definitely. But it's so hard to talk about a corn team though, because I don't really know how you build them.
Yeah,
Right?
I think the default people just try and build it like Chaos Chosen, but with added frenzy. So there's a lot of block and wrestle getting put in.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
We've
And
already
you
got
in
4
the corner
Juggernaut.
go, you just put Mighty Blow and then hope.
Hmm.
Did you
Hope stick
kill
up.
things?
Yeah, it's interesting though because the Bloodspawn is so good at killing.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But
But Cornite is saying something in chat that I think it stems true. Corn has the worst record at low TV.
worse than Nurgle. Hey, I'm single-handedly bringing that Nurgle win rate up.
You are.
So that's not
You're
the
insane
flex he
being
says
this
it
high
is.
with your Nurgle team, by the way.
But yeah, I think we gotta. I think that you'd have to just sit through it. I imagine it gets
think so
super
too.
scary once everything gets skilled. The surf potential, I can't. There's got to be like a 6 surf game in playoffs or something where it all comes in for a core coach.
I think give it a season or two, and one of these corn teams that have just struggled through the bus,
Yeah,
and just like ride along the bus, then they will become absolutely fucking menaces.
yeah. I think they're definitely a snowball team, and the good news for Mr. Mojo Rising is because now we've had these 2 draws, it has started snowing. You know, so maybe eventually there will be a snowball that you can start rolling downhill at people. There's another corn team, however, here. That's Lich's Return of Torment, and these guys have been padding draws. 7 draws in 10 matches. And that's about as good as you can get for corn, I'd say. But the Bloodspawn, another Bloodspawn, Maze of Torment, they're only on 2 SPP. We've gotten 3 Bloodseekers to block. I'd say that's quite impressive.
Yeah, but look at the damn bling down Bloodspawn though.
Oh, he is. Hang on, has he? Oh, yeah, he's got that bling on him. He's got the chains.
Yeah,
Holy.
he's full covered in gold and things.
Got the ice on him.
Sheesh.
Okay.
No, but back to the team. Yeah, this team seems more what I think of when I think of corn.
Yeah, I mean, they
Like,
played a lot. Yeah, I agree.
Just pure block and then go Mighty Blow, tackle, block, guard, like just full on kill. You know. In
Yeah,
that regard.
you're just trying to catch up in terms of all the blocking skills, and then once you get, because you're already getting like double block value from all the frenzy for obvious reasons. So like the block is slightly more effective on it than a normal piece.
Yeah, I remember
exactly.
do you know of Ornan, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
he won the
so
Blood Bowl
I had
World
him
Cup, right?
as a coach that helped me when I was a Rebel junior.
Oh, bit before my
and
time.
I was playing Norse for the first time, and he always told me, "You're blocking too much. You have over 60 blocks."
Yeah.
And I think with Korn, that is literally the case. That you are gonna break things, just as Korn is pointing out in chat, eventually, because you are literally doing 60 blocks up game.
Yeah.
Easily.
When you get that high, you know, I think anything can break. I actually had that similar conversation with my mentee literally like last week, where I was like, you don't need to worry, like don't need to rush for blocks as a Nurgle player, because like as long as you just keep getting decent blocks, it doesn't matter how strong they are. After about 55 blocks, you're gonna get rid of something useful, regardless of who you are.
96 blocks.
56.
Jesus.
Oh, 96 blocks. My last. All right, cool, mate. Damn, aren't you top of Gman Prem coming in to flex on everybody? I see your game.
Yeah.
He says in second place of Gman Fresh, but congrats to Ripping Chops, serious killer on the loose. Best of luck to them going forward, and I hope they're not in my div. Let's go to Kit McCat. This is a big rebound team because they were on the brink of walking away after a couple games, but they've managed to come back in. They got a big 2-0 win over the Skaven, and they have eaten a big couple 2-0 losses. Bit feast or famine, these guys. Hey, 2 guard. We're dwarfing.
Maybe they have the same issue as some other people that they can't really draw. When they have drawn, they can't really succeed to get that last touchdown, and so they lose. Or they really win heavily because they are outnumbering people.
I think it is a dwarf situation where I haven't been. I played him in week 1. I haven't been watching any of his games since. But I suspect it's a case of like if you're dwarves and you attack first, and for whatever reason they get to the ball, there's almost no hope because you're so slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
I think
if
it is
it's the other way
famous
around,
2-1 grind.
yeah, you can't. It's hard to fight for 1-1 if you lose your attacking drive, especially as dwarves, because everyone is so slow that even if you get a really good kick, and decent dice, you're still struggling to get the distance covered to score back on them. And then on the flip side, when you go up against like a weaker team or a strength 3 team that doesn't outblock you, it can snowball really fast because you've got block on all your guys, and you can easily get a 2-0 because it feels so oppressive. But yeah, I think it might be a case of the classic trap where dwarves are good for new players because they've all got block, but dwarves are actually really hard for new players because they're all moving 4, and when you miss position on a dwarf, it's horrifically bad. So best of luck to Kit going forward. Got a big win though. Got a win on the board. So congrats to him. Gorbash, playful undead. Oh, so you see a few up arrows here. Yeah, we're going for a block mummy. I'm assuming it's block and not something more fun like defensive or diving tackle. I rocked the 5th.
That's a block mummy.
I don't think these guys have all died 5 times, have they? That'd be a bit excessive.
Yeah, I don't think 5 is the actual thing number here. It's just a theme.
Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. I walked straight past that. I'm so used to the players being given Roman numerals for their death. It didn't trigger till I saw Tomb Raider 5, and I was like,
yeah,
God
nah,
damn
I
it.
don't think every single piece have died 5 times already. That would be pretty impressive.
That'd be cool. Maybe they haven't. They're just regen. But so far so undead. We managed to get the 3 guards, so congrats. Especially the whites, getting 3 levels on whites early. This is a sign of a very decent player. Like knowing that the whites are the important ones, get them to skills. And then the ghouls come later. We do have a sure hands blodge with sure feet already. I do appreciate seeing sure feet instead of saving for movement 8. Just for the health of the league. Who knows? Maybe the movement up tax is factoring in people's brains. Potentially.
I also think it's nice to have that sure feet on a piece like the Ghoul Runner, because then you don't have to spend your rerolls for that choice, to do those extra 2 turns or 2 movement.
All I will say though, is a devil's advocate, is that you start with so many defense. Like, I guess it means you can save your rerolls for mummy activations. But my argument is you've got whites with block and your ghouls start with dodge and your mummies are strength 5, so there's not a lot you're rerolling. Apart from
rerolling blocks, I guess, but
apart from occasional zombie 1 in 9s. We've got a zombie to block on it. This is a peak random here. Block zombie. He'll stand on the edge of your boat on defense, not get knocked down. So good for him.
Blocks or randoms are rare, but they're really good when they come in.
1, 5, and 2 on the season. So 2 greenhorn games and 6 normal games. Very draw heavy. Hopefully Gorbash will be looking to. I suspect they'll be towards the middle of the table and they'll be looking to turn some wins to push for playoffs on Undead.
Yep.
Now we've made it to the summit. Martin Cruel, the Pink Fluffer Unicorns, one of the leading lights of the Gman Fresh, and the Trolls Gone Guard. I like this. I think too many people greed their nega trait big guys for block. Mm-hmm. You see it on mummies, which is fine because they have a nega trait. You see it on Nurgle and you see it on human ogres. I think it's much better to get guard first on anything with a nega trait.
In PB2, we always went guard first. Right?
Exactly. Unless you roll a double.
Stand firm or things like that. Yeah. Just to make them more sticky.
Yeah, and the main thing is that it makes it so that you're less likely to activate them when you shouldn't. Whereas block,
Yeah.
when you get block on your big guy, you think, oh, I'll just throw a 2-die hit with Mighty Blow, and then I've just lost some really important tackle zones, and now I've conceded the drive.
Yeah.
But orcs, it's a lot of orc. 3 big uns to block. Oh my god, terrible team.
Yeah,
I hate it.
that's an orc player that's clearly showcasing how to build orcs. Right?
Oh my god, look at Mommy Murder. I love Mommy Murder so much. So if I remember correctly, this piece sniped like 2 or 3 MVPs and got a very fast, dirty player, Sneaky Git. And has been punished for their hubris by eating a strength bust. So this is now an armor 10 goblin.
And an agi bust.
This is the hooligan.
Oh,
This is just a
Agi-Pass.
goblin hooligan. Such a good
It
piece. I
is,
love
yeah.
it. Props to Mommy Murder. Is there a stat on fouls done? Let's have a look. Foul actions done 7. Let's pump those numbers up. The Mommy Murder's got to be the biggest fouler in the league.
He must be.
Gotta be.
I sincerely hope as well that he just keeps him around. Just
yeah,
for
you got to
these.
keep him around. Don't even tempt retire. Let's get this guy down
Yeah.
to strength 1. Please.
Yeah.
Martin Krul. It'll save
Like
you.
once he starts to break armor breaks,
Hmm.
then that's when you can kind of fire him.
No. You got to keep him super critical, because then people will look at your orc team with 10 guard. And you can say, well, I'm a fun coach. I've got this really stupid piece. That's my 11th piece. Look at all these injuries on it, and I haven't fired it. I'm a really fun guy. While you beat them with your 10 guard. So
Trust me, as a Dark Elf coach who's going very unfun, it doesn't work like that.
anyway, 5-2-3. And Martin Krul, please stay out of my div. Well played so far. 2-1-0 on the Super Thunder Bowl. And here we are at 2F. Getting down here now. And this is Marky Mark. And we have to talk about this game here before we get onto anything. Glordian versus Sheffield Pancakes Day.
Oh, yeah.
Have a look at the SPP column. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Look at it.
I've heard.
Oh, congrats on Grant Berry Bruiser for running in the consolation touchdown. But oh my god.
Is there a halfling team left? Is my
Good question. Let's go have a look at it. Survey the damage. Yeah. So I love it. He's doubled down and tripled down, maybe even sextupled down. But this player, Badger Jelly, doesn't believe in star players. He thinks they're a crutch for stunty coaches who rely on skill. So he's taking no trees, no star players, 16 flinks. And he's keeping the stat busts. We got a movement 4 guy with Sneaky Git. We got an Agi 4 plus halfling, but he's got kick, so he's in for the long haul.
He's in for the long haul indeed.
And we've random leap on our strength 1 piece. So we're gonna see the leaping snotling. And somehow, by the way, these guys have won 2 games of Blood Bowl.
Yeah.
So one of them was against Metal in the Greenhorn, but the main thing is that they were able to beat Inno 92 2-0. So halflings into Skaven, you're normally thinking, I hope the Skaven don't score more than 5. But the Flings have dominated them 2-0 in what I suspect is going to be the game of the season, in my opinion.
I think if I realize what have happened there, because I also I talk to in regular basis. He's had an awful fucking season.
Oh really? Oh dear.
Yeah, he is. If you could be more bottom of the table, is the guy right now. Yikes. Unfortunately.
Poor boy. We'll take a look at the chaos of our room. Oh yeah, no, I can see the problem. MNG chains. Thuram is the silver lining, but it is the early Skaven trap where you're not actually that good.
006.
006. We're 1 away from the James Bond special. Bond
I
watch.
think as well. He's been telling me that he's just kind of playing around a little bit right now.
Yeah.
Because I didn't force him. I didn't want to sound that mean, but we did agree to a pact that I was gonna play Dark Elves and he was gonna try to go Skaven.
Mm.
I think people recognize him from his Chaos or his Nurgle team back in Bubble 2, and he's
Yeah.
actually a very decent coach. It's just that he can't play Agi for shit.
I can relate to that so bad. Like this, yeah. The switch up is real, especially for me it's just the offense. How do you do attack with agi pieces? It
You
feels
go
weird.
zoom zoom.
Yeah.
You go vava voom.
You go vavavoom. But when
Yeah.
you roll 1-1-1, it's like I've lost the
Yeah.
game. No.
That's kind of the deal.
But we got a Wrestle Gutter at least, and we got a Killer Blitzer. This is how I also build Skaven. You play like you're a shitty bash team. You build like Super Killer Blitzer and just punch somebody every turn, and then foul them if they don't go away.
Yep,
Doubles Thrower.
kinda
Is this the
his
Skaven
tactics.
meta? The Double Thrower? Has he talked to you about this?
Yeah, so basically this is the all over the conversation again, how they changed the passing rules.
Mm.
And he just wanted to pass more, but he wanted to be more killy.
Oh,
So
I
he
see.
basically went, oh, well, just go Skaven then you can pass and kill, you know?
I mean, oh my god, it's 2+.
Yeah.
Sheesh. So he's throwing.
you
So
can
you're
actually
throwing. Sorry.
pass
Yeah.
pretty fucking good. And he has a back plan with it, which I should not spoil on stream for every
Ooh.
opponent he ever faces.
Secret squirrel. Oh right, I won't pry any further.
So there are some long bombs maybe possible in the near future.
I'm hoping so. One of my favorite things to do in Blood Bowl 2. Well, I wanted to do it right. I wanted to play High Elves in Blood Bowl 2, so I could play for like a Agi 5, an Agi 5 thrower with High Elves, because I saw Gert and Aside do it and it looked like fun. But I kept rolling stat ups on like Line Elves. I had like a Strength 4. I had a Vampire High Elf lineman in one season. I was like, dude, I just want Agi Elves on my thrower, but my thrower is just rolling normals. It was really sad. So I ended up leaving the team. But yeah, I'm hoping we see some long bombs. I want to see it. I want to see the cross map, the cross pitch play.
Yeah, I really want to see that too.
The boy Crop.
To speak of disgusting players, I had a Agi 5 strength 4 pro elf.
I'm like, keep an eye on this Kronk boy. He's gonna surprise us. I believe in him.
He's gonna do the big things. I think once he actually starts to be able to long bomb things across the pitch, it will be getting scary for folks.
Yeah. Glordian on the True Norse. Moving towards the top now. Another Khorne team. We've got 2 Mighty Blow. Juggernaut Mighty Blow. The Spirit of Khorne.
Yeah. I think he is the one Khorne team that has done the best in the Fresh Div. Maybe I'm forcing myself.
No, you're right. He's 3-0-3, which I'd say is pretty solid. 3 wins on rookie Khorne is very impressive. So congrats to Glordian. He's gone for the boring, no big guy strat, I think. Although maybe this one died as well, but he's got 130k in the bank, so I think he started 4 Bloodseeker, 3 Khorne Gore, and 3 rerolls, I suspect. We randomed a pro, and that's it really.
I mean, pro isn't that bad to have as a random skill.
Yeah, it's pretty solid, especially with Frenzy, because you cannot run it. It stops the 1-in-9s getting rolled.
Yeah,
but a good start with them. Lost to the Highland Avengers, who are the last team we're going to see, the Undead team. They went 3-0-0. Marky Mark. The Dark Horse, maybe, for the Div. He's going straight up to the top set now. Picked up 3 wins in, what was this, 2 in 2F. He's definitely going to be up to at least 3C. So keep an eye on this guy if you're hunting for playoffs. He might ruin your run. Mummy's fishing for block. One's soaked in MVP. And this is so far so undead. Have you played these guys at all?
I have not, I think.
I don't. No, I haven't either.
No, I have not.
Yeah.
It seems like they have had... I mean, they played Lich T, they played Average Joe, Shodo, Badgy Jelly. You've faced...
They've faced some decent coaches.
Yeah.
But I think they were lucky to get put in Div F. their first 3
Yeah.
games they drew 2. They drew Lich, they drew Average Joe, which I'd say is 2 decent results. They got put into F, and they've done a bit of seal clubbing.
Yeah.
I say that against Glaudian. Bit of an insult to Glaudian and Inno there, but it sounds like Inno's just having a torrid time of it.
Yeah.
But he's going to get... The test will be now for the Avengers. They'll be put up against coaches with better records.
The
stronger
the
teams.
later season here will really showcase, and it's not only for Monkey Mark. It's for most people that have done like a good, solid mid-season now. This is where the real like showcase is coming
Next
out.
three
'cause
games are big.
Yeah, these next games are gonna be brutal.
Yeah, it's going to be real. It'll
Some folks.
separate the playoff, like the actual playoff coaches from like the pretenders. You know, this is where it all steps
exactly. This is where I will dip down to my mid-average.
up. Yeah, maybe me too. Where are we? We're on 2F. I did start this before you came in, so we will finish it to do it justice. I got up to the end of All Stars, so we'll do the famous Finns, the second best human team in this div, completely fresh. These guys were all completely fresh, apart from Iron Thunder, who was, I think, 3 games in for 1 skill, so essentially fresh. There's some solid Blood Bowl being played. He was able to get a draw against Iron Thunder. Who's the only coach in the div who's been in Rebel before, I think. So he's our only point of reference in terms of coach skill. Ogre took an MVP, I believe. Let's check the stats. No, just taken 2 good cash. Oh, all right, nice. So the Ogre's done some good work early, but otherwise,
That's good.
That's it. We took block. No randoms here. Yaska's onto block. Okay, it might honestly though. They might be inducement humans the way this is looking, especially if they get a bit unlucky with the draw.
Yeah, this is turning out to be inducement humans, which is not bad per se.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough though, because if you run into a 1200 team who's had a bad run of games, you might be forced to take like, I don't know, Carla or like an agility sided. What they get? The players they get Carla for 210, and then if you're carrying on Carla, then it's kind of the star players will take SVP away from your players, and then you'll be doing more inducement ball. So I hope you like the inducement ball, because it's going to be rough. But best of luck, Juxu. The full hammer out to Iron Thunder finally didn't lose a game. He was going through an absolute nightmare, Inno levels of nightmare. He's mentally absolutely shot, judging from the chat messages. And so he got the fresh div, and oh my god, the turnaround. He's got 3 guard.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Was that all from 2 from MVP?
So when I last looked at this team, I think they had just like a leader thrower or like a block catcher. So
okay,
congrats to Iron Thunder. They've picked it up. 2-1, 2 wins and a draw against the new coaches. He's like the drill sergeant at boot camp. He's whipping them into shape, giving them a reality check. But now you got to go back to war, go back to the front lines against the other coaches now and see how you'll fare.
I think he will fare fairly good with those 3 guards.
Yeah, 3 guards. None of them are MMG. 3 guards and an ogre. The human speed is going to catch a lot. The human speed is going to be good against all these chaos and corn coaches, because you're just going to you'll get that one turn where you can throw maybe 3 or 4 rushes and you're completely unmarkable or completely out of range, and you've secured the drive, and then you can take the stress out.
I'm always surprised how freaking fast human teams are.
Because you think they're average, but their pace is above average.
Yeah, because all of their positionals kind of go.
Yeah, they just send it. I'm just glad I was about to say I'm just glad the catches are strength 2. I think they've always been strength 2. I don't know where I got that from. But yeah, best of luck to Iron Thunder. Congrats on winning your mini div. And I hope you can carry this form into the rest and rebound from a really rough start. Best of luck to you. Right, now if I refresh, let me just tab the Discord. I doubt Harring's orders rolled. The new...
I don't think so.
He hasn't done
I've
fresh.
read something along the lines of we get it Thursday morning.
Yes. in which case I will be packing to go. So that's why we're doing this now. So what I'm going to do, in lieu of a predictions, we will go have a look at the standings and then the Gary Manilow. So let me just go OBS, get rid of the game, add the display capture, and try not to freak everybody out. And this is the way things stand after 6 games played. So Inno ahead of the bye week on strength of schedule, so he's got that going for him at least. The only way is up. And then we have Chaos Chosen and Nurgle as the top 2 teams in Gman Fresh. So anyone from the outside looking in is going to be there wondering, what the hell are those guys doing? And then we've got the Horde of
driving the kick fouls.
What I've discovered the streamer dice cheat, where you stream your games and you just never fail a dice roll. That's what I've discovered. But it'll be myself and Barry and the lads. I will say, I don't know who. Do you know people who are going to the Euro Bowl tabletop thing? Because Lewisham has said.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't really either. All I know is Lewisham is away at the Euro Bowl. He's the first place team. So depending on his opponent, he might have to take an admin loss. So the div is wide open.
You were going as well, right?
No, I'm not. I'm going to watch the Valorant, mate. I'm going to Paris.
Oh, you're going to Paris.
But I get back about the same time. Yeah, no man, dude. Have you seen how much it costs to buy Blood Bowl pieces? And the big guys come separately. Like, it's a big ripoff. People call Cyanide a ripoff, but Games Workshop, they're the real scam artists, man.
Yep, they are. I just got into Warhammer, so don't talk to me about it.
Oh dear. Yikes. No wonder you're working so late.
No, I'm a shift worker, so I work double shift, so I have my afternoon shift this week, unfortunately. Oh well.
So look upon the.
Do you think that the top 6 pretenders are still going to be there?
I'd like to think so, considering we're both there. I'd like to think we will be. So out of a good test. So the groups are groups of 4. Azord tends to go by 8s. So there'll be a top 8 and a middle 8 and another middle 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and the bye week. But the bye week is random. The bye week is not a punishment for being bad and being in the bottom div. The bye week will go wherever the algorithm requires it to go. But if we look at the top 8 coaches, is there anyone here that you've already played?
Average Joe, I think I've played.
Yes, you've played the Dark Elves, of course. You've played Kozo and Average Joe. I don't think I've played any. No, I've played Wonderful Cat out of all of them. So there's no more Dark Elf Bowl, unfortunately fortunately for everyone else. Only poor old Imperator Vex had to go through the Dark Elf blender. But because you've all played each other, you'll have to be split apart for the next 3 games. So,
I think this is gonna sound so dumb, but I actually think it's gonna be Lewis, you, and me in the same div.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I think you, me, Lewisham, and then Docmark. No, I've played Docmark, so that can't be
the Wonderful Cat. Then I guess
I played him as well.
Oh,
Vlad the Impaler.
Well,
it would be Vlad the Impaler,
Vlad
right?
the Impaler, then.
Yeah, it'd be maybe us 3 and Vlad the Impaler. And then I haven't looked at the others, but it's going to be like, the reason it's weird is because you guys got put in the Dark Elf Thunderdome and you all drew each other, and no one got absolutely slaughtered and went 003. So it means that you 3 all have to be split up.
We did some really odd things in that div. It seems like.
I mean, you are Dark Elves. It kind of comes with the territory. Some real Slaneshi stuff going on in that div. So it might mean we might see the top 12 get split, in which case we might end up drawing, let's say, Marky Mark or Salt Creek, for example. Salt Creek sneaks in with his corn to the top 12. Salt Creek might end up in a div with like Lewisham, me, and you. You know,
could be,
like, or something like that. It could be a real tough. So that's what we were saying earlier about coaches who have taken a good turn here. Now is the real test because you could get thrown into this top 12, and there's no easy games anymore. So
it's as well. I think the div A is gonna be infallibly hard, but I also think Div B and C is also gonna be really hard, and D.
Yeah, I think.
And I think that's the issue here. I think that's why he also said that he didn't want to do the draws tonight for us, fresh, because it was this much of a struggle who has played who.
It's going to be hard as well because if Zord goes all in on like because there is he can definitely do me, you, and Lewisham +1 for a div, but that means that that means we're out the pool for each other for the last week. So the last week gets very strange, as it always does in this format. You know, you have to start dropping down. So poor old Zord, he's going to have a headache tonight.
Yeah,
poor boy. But I will shout out, by the way, strength of schedule. Hoarder has a strength of schedule of 1.92. I don't know how this is calculated, but if I tab to Premiere, I don't see anything above that. So congrats to Hoarder. After 6 weeks, you've had the hardest 6 games out of anybody in the entire of Gman. So I guess if you're a betting man, you'd bet on them to win the next few. Maybe.
Oh.
So playoffs. Who's your 6? Who's your magnificent 6? Give me 6 names.
My magnificent 6. As I trying to sort my sheet because I clicked something. Oh, there we go. My magnificent 6. I think a 6. I think you and Luis.
Okay.
Are already set because of the point advantage that you do have.
If we are, Lewisham is 5 points clear with 6 games to play.
Yeah, I think with 16 and 15 points, you two are pretty set. You both can lose 4 games, and then you're still at the same level as Doc Mark or Average Joe, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think there's a loose cannon for me, Kusu, Doc Mark, and Average Joe, and I think everybody who has like a score of 11 or even 10, maybe.
I think going down to 9. I think 9 is playable. It's very strange format.
Because 9 is 9. No, I think 9 is too wide of a gap. I think you're unfortunately already out unless you win all 4 games.
You think a 2-point gap from 6th is unsalvageable?
Yeah, I think so. Unfortunately, because the middle part of this sheet is so tight. I think there's too many players from that have 11 points and 10 points.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get what you mean. Because some of them will win. Yeah, you're right. Some of the
because some of these guys will win 3 games at least, and that's just too many points to catch up to if you have 9 right now. So unfortunately, if you have 9, you gotta win all 4 games.
Yeah,
which is highly unlikely.
I'll just say, if Ritzy was on anybody apart from Old World Alliance, I'd say he might have an outside shot. Salt Creek is in chat, so I'll say that he definitely has an outside shot. But
you're being very kind.
All right, so you've got us 3. No, you, me, and Lewisham, and you said what? 3 of the other 4? Did you say who's breaking in?
I mean, let's say myself for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Doc Mark has a real shot. I know that Doc Mark is a really good player.
Yeah, it took some serious dice.
Viking Cup, I'm actually scared for. I think Viking Cup can pull it somehow.
You think you're scared of playing him and him making it, or you're scared that he's not going to make it?
I'm scared of him making it up.
Okay.
In the prems, or into the finals.
I mean, you never want to play Viking Cup, but you definitely don't want to play Viking Cup if it's playoffs on the line. So I can understand that.
Exactly.
It's fair to point out, by the way, if in case you've got newer coaches like Marky, people like Marky Mark, maybe who are looking in, being like, why would I go to playoffs? I don't want to play against a super kill team and lose all my cool pieces. And the first round of playoffs for us fresh coaches, we are playing against other fresh coaches from other regions. So you will not be playing Amino or Shamba. You'll be playing a Rel fresh coach or a Big O fresh coach in the preliminary round.
And those are really cool guys as well.
Yeah.
Most of them.
And then after that, while you're in playoffs and you've won a game, you may as well go for the Super Bowl. That's how I found it anyway. Right.
That's what we play for.
I will do mine. I will also put Lewisham and myself there because I agree. I think a 4-point lead, in theory, it should be fine. I'm scared that I'm cursing myself though. I will put Kozo through. I think he's got too much team to not go through, and he's also played a lot of the current top 6, in the sense that he's played you and Average Joe. So that's my top 3. And then I think I'm just looking down the list, seeing teams like Viking Cop, Shambling Undead. I don't think I can predict that Shambling Undead team. Based on their 0.9 strength. It's almost 1 strength schedule. Okay, I'm gonna say no Khorne makes it. I don't think if a Khorne team makes it, well done. Blood the Impaler.
Yep.
If you make it, you're a genius. I'll bow down to you, but I just don't think you got it in you on that team. So my other 2, I will say Wonderful, because I played Wonderful Cat. He felt pretty good, but he doesn't have as much of a team as like Doc Mark and Viking Cop or Martin Cruel. No, I gotta use my head. Martin Cruel goes in as the 6th player.
Yep.
And then I don't know, flip a coin between you and Wonderful, not you and Average Joe for the last place. I guess I'll pick you because you politely come on and sacrificed your time to do the recaps with me. So
No worries.
I think you'll be fine.
To go to the hospital with my girlfriend tomorrow. No worries.
Oh shit. Oh, I hope that goes okay.
Nothing too serious. She's just taking allergy pills.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, that's not too bad. Could be a lot worse. All right, I'll put you in at 6th. No, I'll put you in at 5th.
Thankful.
And the 6th place goes to the Orc team, Pink Fluffy Unicorns. I want the big mommy, to go to playoffs and kill somebody.
That would be so funny.
Maybe kill a Boldinator, maybe for the Discord role. That would be the peak storyline.
Yeah, it would.
So yeah, those are.
Oh, imagine if he fouls something and he fouls the big Oldinator.
Yeah.
The Oldinator, that would make such a news.
Or if he kills. No, right. Hear me out. Okay. They make it to playoffs. They win the prelim round. They get matched against Linen in the Lizards.
Yeah.
And he avenges the Spartacus's legendary blitzer, who was fouled to death by Linen. And Mommy fouls Richard Castlevania and kills him. That's what I want to see. Make it happen for me, Martin, please. If you do that, I'll donate money to a charity of your choice. Fucking get on there. And don't say yourself as a charity case. I know some people like to do that. Okay, so before we wrap things up, I did have a quick look at the Gary Manilow, but I think this thing is only useful after we've played a season already. At the moment, it's pretty much just the league table because everyone started on 1,000. So we'll ignore it for this season. But thank you to Joe for setting this up. Much like a Khorne team, you have to put in a lot of work for it to get good. But when it gets good, I think it gets very good. But until then, we'll hold it. I want you to pick one team from the bottom half that you think is gonna, challenge. Who's the dark horse from the bottom half that's gonna go 3-0-0 and then have an outside shot and maybe upset somebody? Who's the one to watch from the bottom half? Because it's hard when you're in the bottom half, especially if you come in late. It feels like you're just playing friendlies. But you have this. After these games, you can play in the off-season contest, which is 4 more games. So you can really get some good development. But those guys, especially if you're, let's say, 7 points and up, the 7 to 9 points, they got a shot. Who's your man to upset everybody and make the dark horse run?
I actually think that maybe Lich T could come in and do some upsets.
Ooh, the return of Torment, the Khorne team. I see it.
I think some of the Khorne teams can just come in now in the later games here and just wreck teams. I think that's kind of the scary spot of all these Khorne teams in the Fresh Div, because they don't have this obviously in the Premier teams, because they don't have really Khorne there yet.
No.
I think the Khornes now that they have gotten this many games, and especially Lich T or Mojo Rising, like famous names like that,
Yeah.
will come in and actually like start to tear people up.
No, I agree. I like that. It's a really good shout. 5 draw, like not like literally 5 drawn. I bet you a few of those are literally like if he was playing anyone who's not Corn, their wins. I think this 0-5-1 record is deceptively good.
I think so too.
I will say I think that ooh, there's some good names here. I do think
Yeah,
I'm gonna
no.
say that I think Imperator Vex is gonna be
Mhm.
the one who takes somebody away from playoffs. It's like it's a very solid undead team. Undead are always strong early. And he's in the
indeed.
hunt. And I haven't played him, but I feel like he's like the dark horse because it'd be easy. It's easy to go for a known name. Like you could just say Glordian, and everyone would shake your hand and say that's a good choice. You could just say Ritzy, and everyone would say, "Oh, you know
Yeah,
the league." But I think out of the coaches whose
yeah.
names I don't recognize, I think that the weekend Skelly vision is the one that's gonna ruin somebody's day. Maybe he knocks Viking Cop out of contention in week 12 or something, and it's like a big story.
Yeah.
But
I
that's my
think one of these like lower teams, and this is what I mean by like they've C and D
yeah.
is also scary because those are the guys that lie here on 10, 11, 9 points that could potentially make it, but just have that off game,
Yeah.
and that's the upset that these like corn teams can do eventually.
Right.
Or if not, maybe they put up a corn team very high and then they fucking trash one of our playoff
Yeah,
contenders.
exactly. Barry might
I wouldn't
die.
be surprised if that happened as well. He's like,
Barry,
oh, you were sent to playoffs, but here you go, you have a wrecked team.
yeah. Enjoy the morgue.
Yeah, exactly. A fun
So
playing inducement game.
Lewisham has said he's going to rename Barry to Barry Boldinator. So there's a big
Oh,
bounty on that Minotaur because it is also the
nice.
entire team. Like if that Minotaur dies, the team is so much worse. So big bounty on him. Looking to the bottom 10. For the bottom 10, I think the focus is just because at this point, especially, the corn teams are just trying to like,
To level up.
play a game of Blood Bowl that doesn't, they don't lose themselves by throwing a stupid like corn blocks failing you, I guess.
Yeah.
And then we're looking at people like I don't know, looking like Inno and Incesticide and Kit Macat, who are literally just like, God, can we just have a game where we can play?
Yeah.
So hopefully we get some fun. You guys get some fun games at the bottom. And we can come back like in 3 weeks and we're like, yo, look at this team. It's got all the pieces now. Or like, oh, the devs come in, or there's like a big 5-5. There's some human teams down here. We could get like a 4-4 shootout.
Oh,
Got Skaven throwers. Everyone wants to pass. Like, we could see some highlight passing.
And as well, this is what I mean as well by like the corn teams, and I don't want to emphasize this too much, but I think they can have a fun game as well, right? In the same instance, like it just requires 1 or 2 games, and then all of a sudden your SVP is like shot off, and then you can random a couple of skills, and then that snowball is off.
Yeah, I think it's definitely
And
a
that
case.
goes as well for shambling undeads and dwarves as well, and other teams, other fighting teams.
Yeah, I do think that it's a tough break for the week 3 players. Jixu, Meridian, and was it Strange Fella or was it Incesticide? I can't remember. Maybe I think Incesticide dropped, so maybe it's Strange Fella. But those guys who came in on week 3, they're gonna have the roughest time. So best of luck. Everyone else, I think you got something. Everyone's got something fun to play for, and it's like especially if you're a corn coach or a Nurgle coach, it's like the guy from BoJack Horseman. Like it gets easier every week you play, but you got to play every week, and that's the hard part, especially with these early teams.
Very much
and
so.
I think on that,
if you are a new player to Blood Bowl, and this goes into any coach really who wants help, just go and ask in Rebel.
Yeah, if that's, I don't know. I don't think many of the Rebel guys have come back. Like, when was the last time you saw Ellie B?
Oh, I talked to her not too long ago.
Okay, great.
Twice.
I'm really glad you've blown me out of the water there. How is she doing?
She was doing fine.
Oh,
We were talking. That's when we talked about how good / bad the witch elves are.
I
Witch elves are.
see. I see.
No, it's actually fairly active here in the BB3 advice and everything else. Like they are still helping people, still discussing different things, even
Oh,
in
cool.
BB2.
Ah, good old Rebel. Yeah, Rebel's the spot for all the guides and stuff. There is the unlimited, the rump program, i.e., there's not enough coaches, so we need to do the mentoring in Rebel proper.
Yep, and I mean,
So feel free to join that.
just go and get coached, go and get help. I mean, there's also the spin league there, I think, still, right?
This is what, sorry?
The spin league.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been in Rebel for a while. I'm sure that there is still a spin, but I don't know how busy it is.
Oh, it's not very active.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think there's a lot of active leagues. I remember playing Ramp Up. Ramp Up was such a good way to get going on as a Blood Bowl coach. Anyway, look at us reminiscing like the old bastards that we are.
Really, yeah.
Nah, Saltcreek,
old.
just get out there, man. Like, trust me.
Yep.
There's most people by this point in the game's life cycle, especially in Rebel, like most people are very nice and they're not going to be like the overbearing, like you're terrible coach. You know, the vibes are going to be good, whoever you end up with. Yeah, you even end up with Dr. Hep. Who knows? I've heard he's pretty good.
Yeah. Don't.
All right. I
Don't
think
say too much.
maybe. Well, on that note, I think. Yeah, I just have a 3-year-old. Oh, you do the sim racing. Oh, yo, did he do the side tangent? By the way, feel free to stop watching if you're in the VOD because I think we're out of Blood Bowl content. But
Yep, we are Blood Bowl content.
I used to love watching Harringzord commentate like F1 sim racing, but everybody was terrible. And he did it with McNugget. And I watched one Singapore race where I'm telling you there was like 4 cars left at the end because they kept crashing. It was so funny.
Oh, that's so funny. Are you watching Formula One?
Well, the thing is, right, one of my friends from school is like a big F1 guy. And in my family, there's also a couple of big F1 guys. So I don't need to watch it. I get all the paddock gossip and the race results and everything. I get that by default.
Oh, so you know how much of a fucking dum-dum Max is.
Oh yeah, I mean he's he's almost as bad a psychopath as his father. Don't get me started.
Well,
right, I need to go. I'm afraid.
Save that rant for another time then.
Because it is 11:15 here and people will want to sleep and I don't want to keep them up. So
It's 11:45 where I'm at, so.
Well, you know. Good luck at the. Hopefully the hospital goes well tomorrow. I'm going to call it there. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back in 3 weeks ish. I'm down to do this again. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll be able to do some predictions next time. But play your games on time. And that is all for me. That is all for me. I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.